In question 6, I said that the real reason for the anger in our lives is a lack of real love. When we don't have enough of the one element essential to our happiness, we're in constant pain. And in that condition, we respond badly, often with anger to the slightest provocations. When we understand that, we can respond much more productively to angry people. When people get mad, we tend to take it personally, don't we? I come into the room and with an angry tone and facial expression, I say to you, "I'm sick and tired of you leaving your socks on the floor." We've all seen where this usually goes, haven't we? Understandably, you'll feel like I'm attacking you, because I am. And one way to defend yourself is to attack me in return. So you snap back at me with something brilliant like, "Oh, right, and this from the guy who always leaves the milk out of the fridge." Now what? We exchange snippy little comments back and forth until the conversation is hopelessly bitter and entangled. Nobody wins, everybody is unhappy, and now we'll avoid each other at least until tomorrow. And we've done this kind of thing hundreds of times before because we don't understand what's really happening. All over the world, people are repeating these kinds of foolish and destructive conversations because they don't understand what they're doing. But with an understanding of real love, you do. You know that when people are angry at you, they're really saying, without realizing it, "I feel empty and alone. What I really need, and I don't know it, is to feel accepted." When you can look at an angry person and see that, literally miraculous solutions become apparent instantly. So let's do that scene again that we did just a moment ago. But this time, instead of me coming into the room, it will be someone in your life that you sometimes do have conflicts with. Picture that person in your mind right now. I don't know if it's a he or a she, so I'll cheat and just use the term they. They come into the room and with an angry tone and facial expression say to you, "I am sick and tired of you leaving your socks on the floor." But you see, this time, you're not going to be fooled. No, you're way too smart for that. You're not going to make this about you and get offended. You're not going to be tricked just because they said that they're sick and tired of you leaving your socks on the floor. Just because they used the word you twice isn't going to trick you into thinking that this conversation is about you, right? Nah. No, you're going to remember that angry people invariably feel empty and unloved. So, what does this angry person in front of you need? Love. Right. And love right now. So, what does that look like? How do you love an angry person? While they're angry and screaming at you about socks, is this the time to give them a dozen roses? No, that's not what they need. Or a kiss on the cheek? No, the problem is this. They're angry because of a lifetime of not feeling loved. And every time you leave your socks on the floor, it's just one more reminder to them that people don't care about them. Like we talked about in question 6, they're badly sunburned. And when you leave your socks on the floor, it's like you reach out and pat their sunburn. By itself, it really isn't a big deal. But with the sunburn, it's enough to just push them right over the edge. It's about their not feeling loved, not about the time it would take for them to pick up a pair of socks, which would be what, 2 seconds? Because you're a genius, you know that it's really about real love. So you say to that angry person, Fred or Wilma or whoever, "You're right about those socks. I leave them on the floor all the time. And it's not just socks. I often leave my shorts and my shoes there too. And you've asked me to turn the light off when I leave the bathroom too, but I don't do that either. In many ways, I do things that show you that I'm not thinking about you. I've been selfish. And I'm going to think about that. I can't tell you that I won't do it again. I'm way too flawed for that. But I am going to be thinking about it. I'm going to pick up the socks now, and in a week, I'd like to come to you and ask whether I'm doing better overall at paying attention to the things that matter to you. Would that be all right? Now, how do you think that person will be feeling about now? You didn't defend yourself. You told the truth about yourself. You admitted you were selfish. You really listened. and you offered a plan for following up on your progress at dealing with your selfishness. Each one of those acts is extraordinarily loving. By comparison, giving someone flowers and candy is nothing. I mean it. Responding to anger with anger yields only more anger. Responding to blood with blood yields only a larger bloodbath. The only genuine solution to anger is love. This is not a theory. I've seen it work enough 1,000 times in a row to know this for a fact.